Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. And today we're going to be doing the NFL Beast picks week 3. Joining me, Rainy48, once again to do this.
Yeah, unfortunately, at a distance again.
Yeah,
Life's a little crazy at the moment, trying to make sure everybody's all safe and healthy.
yep, absolutely. So last week, uh, we both tied at 9-6 right now, for the week 2.
That
So
makes sense. We missed Thursday.
yeah, we missed Thursday. Yeah, so yeah, even Steven right now. All right. So first game is the Thursday Amazon Prime game. New York Giants at the San Francisco 49ers.
The Niners are a 10-point favorite.
Yep. Yeah, pretty sure the 49ers easily get it done. Purdy looks pretty good. Um And the team overall looks pretty good. I mean, the Rams did give them a fight, but in the end, the Niners were just too much. And the offense just looks really good. Defense is pretty solid still too. Um, there's nothing really to say. I don't see the Giants winning. They came back against the Arizona Cardinals, but that's saying a lot since they were shut out in the first half. So that's not a very good sign against a good team. So and we see what happened to them against the Dallas Cowboys. So I'm gonna go with the 49ers. I'm gonna go 31-14.
I mean, I want to have faith in the Giants, but they're missing their starting left tackle. They're missing their starting running back. Saquon's out officially. I don't think there's another way around it. I think the Niners win this game 28-10. I'm going to call it.
Okay. All right. So next we have the Atlanta Falcons at the Detroit Lions on Sunday, the first game. Well, that's the first game that's listed here.
The Lions are a 3-point favorite.
3-point favorite. And yeah, Detroit Lions didn't get it done last week, which kind of surprised me, but it was a pretty good game. Um Atlanta Falcons beat my team, even though we kind of beat ourselves at the end there. I'm gonna go with the Detroit Lions to win here. I don't think the Atlanta Falcons are that good of a team. They beat us because we just couldn't
Self-destructed.
self-destructed run stop, and then Jordan Love couldn't come through in the clutch at the end there. But it was more on our defense and why we lost. We were winning by 2 touchdowns. We were winning 2 touchdowns going in the fourth quarter. I mean, come on. Um, I'm going to say the Detroit Lions get it done. They're going to get back into, they were close against Seattle too. I mean, they were still competitive. So
They went to overtime.
yeah, it went to overtime. So there's no reason to believe me that the Lions aren't going to just continue to step up here as well. And I think they're a better team than the Falcons are. So I'm going to say 28-13.
So I think this is going to be a closer game just because Atlanta's defense has, for the most part, stepped up. But I do agree with you. I think Detroit wins this game. I don't necessarily think that Atlanta's defense is all they're cracked up to be, given that so far they've faced the Panthers and they faced the Packers, neither of which have a very great quarterback yet. I think that Detroit wins this one like 24-13 final.
All right. Next, we have the LA Chargers against Minnesota Vikings. And also, by the way, I guess the Vikings just got a new running back today as well.
They traded to acquire Cam Akers, and they swapped picks in the 2026 draft, I believe.
Yeah.
But this game is a pick 'em, so this is even in terms of the team who would win.
So what is it, like a 1-point favorite for somebody?
No, it's even. No, there's no favorite.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Um, and yeah, so and also both these teams are 0-2, so that's something to note about. I'm gonna give it to the Chargers here, and well, it's even, but mainly because don't like the Vikings, but
You don't
also
say.
also the Chargers, I think, do overall look like a better promising team right now than the Vikings, especially in their first two games. They have been able to score points, and I don't think the Vikings haven't really done a good job in some of their in the two games that they've played compared to the Chargers. So I'm gonna say the Chargers win uh 30-20.
Did you say the Vikings have not done a good job scoring?
Compared to the Chargers.
The Vikings, Kirk Cousins is on pace to break an NFL record for most yards thrown in a season. The team's doing pretty damn well. And against the Chargers, who have a very bad secondary, I wanted to be a Chargers fan. I'd love to be a Chargers fan. Justin Herbert does not have a clutch bone in his body. Kirk Cousins doesn't either, but if I have to go with who's going to have the most yards, I'm going to go with the Vikings here. I'm going to say the Vikings win this one 24-21 in a shootout.
Yeah, I just think the Chargers have looked a little better than them in my opinion. But then I could be a little biased because of course I don't like the Vikings either. So. But it is what it is. Anyways, next, New Orleans Saints at my Green Bay Packers. I'm assuming the Saints are the favorites.
The Packers are a 2-point favorite.
Interesting. I'm actually surprised by that.
And I can tell you when I get off this, I'm going to go put some bets down, and I'm 1,000% going to play the Saints plus money on that because no way the Saints should not be a favorite.
Okay, so my whole thing here is, as I said last week, I think the New Orleans Saints are going to win that division. And as much as I want my team to win our division, because I think our division is winnable, because I think the only team in our division that's competitive is the Detroit Lions. So I really want to say my team's going to win here, and I'm probably going to just pick them just because I'm the Packers, but realistically, I think the Saints are going to win here, but I'm just going to say the Packers just because I want my Packers to win. But
that's the sign of a loser. I'm going to take the Saints. I think I get the Packers have been pretty damn good this year, but I'm definitely taking the Saints. I'm going to call it we'll call it 24 to 14 final Saints.
All right. I'm going to pick the Saints, even though my heart still wants the Packers to win. The Saints will win. I think they're going to win. I just don't see. I mean, we were winning by 2 touchdowns against the Falcons, and we blew it on a run stop. And I think the Saints have a pretty good run game, especially if they put out their their quarterback run, Hill. I think you got that, and you got also the running backs they have. Plus, you got Carr, very good quarterback, very underrated quarterback. And I think I just don't see how we're gonna win. If we can't beat the Falcons, how are we gonna beat the Saints? I mean, we beat the Bears. The Bears suck. I mean, we should beat them. And they're our rivals, and we should always beat them. But there's really been nothing that really shows me right now that we have a team that can compete for the playoffs. And we don't right now I have not been convinced that Jordan Love is our guy. I mean, the run stop defense sucked. That cost us that game, but then also Jordan Love had 57 seconds and 4 downs to do something to get us in field goal range, and he couldn't get it done. The passes were atrocious to the receivers, and he couldn't come through in the clutch, and that was my biggest concern, because if Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers in that situation, go right down, get that field goal, get that touchdown, whatever you need to do. I didn't see that from Jordan Love last week, and that is my concern, and that was my whole concern about him from the beginning. Was he going to be able to do that? And he didn't do it. And he might be able to prove it later on, but right now it's not there. So yeah, Saints 24-14. I got Saints winning.
Okay. Next game?
Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jaguars are a 9-point favorite.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me. I think Jacksonville blow them out. I think it's going to be 31-3. There's no reason why I think the Houston Texans are going to win. The Houston Texans, I don't think, are that good, and I think Jacksonville are a much better team than them. Probably will win their division. So,
My biggest concern here is the Jags. For as much as Houston doesn't look good, their defense has been pretty solid. That doesn't mean I'm picking the Texans. Um, I'm not, but I think it might be closer than people think. I'm going to say 21-17 final for the Jags.
all right. Next, we have the Denver Broncos taking on the Miami Dolphins.
The Dolphins are a 6.5 point favorite.
Oh, but on. I don't know what people are thinking with the Dolphins. All right. Here's how I see it. Denver Broncos got screwed last week by the refs. Dolphins, I don't think have played that good compared to what people are thinking. And I think the Denver Broncos showed something at the end there, and I think the Denver Broncos get it done. I'm gonna give them the upset here. I'm gonna say uh 27-20.
Listen, I'd love to tell you you're going to be right because I'd love to see the Dolphins lose, but the Dolphins still, for all intent and purpose, have a strong offense. I think it's going to be 31-17. I don't have any faith in the Broncos. And the Dolphins are cruising right now, so
Okay. Tennessee Titans at the Cleveland Browns.
that would be a 3 point favorite for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, so the Cleveland Browns are coming off a tough loss to the Steelers, which really surprised me. But they also lost Nick Chubb. I lost Nick Chubb on my fantasy league.
I lost Nick Chubb on 5 fantasy teams. I don't want to hear it.
But yeah. I'm gonna say the Cleveland Browns do rebound on this one. They do look better than the Titans as of late. Titans had to go into overtime to win. But at the same time, the Cleveland Browns gave up 2 turnovers, which really cost them against the Steelers. And really, the Browns overall haven't played that bad. It's just that the quarterback play isn't as great as it needs to be.
As he's been paid to play.
Oh yeah, well, you know, that's just how the league is now. I mean, they pay people off their ass. I mean, people are complaining about Burrow not playing good with a big contract. That just goes with the territory at this point. But he's just not playing that good right now. And I mean, I think this Browns team could actually really contend if like they can get that together. That's really I think the only flaw right now. They have a pretty good defense. I'm gonna say the Cleveland Browns win it. I'm gonna say it's 20-17.
I'm going to agree with you. The Browns win it, but it's going to be the most boring game of the week. It's going to be a 14-10 final. Deshaun Watson is going to find a way to score 2 touchdowns, whether that be one passing and one running. I like what?
Then 2 interceptions.
No, no, because I don't trust the Titans secondary. The Titans actually have one of the worst secondaries in the league. It's going to be an ugly game. I'm going to take the Browns. That'll be the game nobody wants to watch this week.
All right. Next, we have the Buffalo Bills at the Washington Commanders.
The Bills are a 6.5 point favorite.
Yeah, they should be. So with the Jets not having with the Jets basically not being the New York Packers anymore without Aaron Rodgers, I think the Buffalo Bills will win that division this year and probably will contend for the Super Bowl. They lost to the Jets. They shouldn't have lost to the Jets after Aaron went down. But at the same time, they came out and they did exactly what I said they would do last week on the show. They would kick the Raiders' ass. And that's exactly what they did. And I think that's what they're going to do again. They're going to continue on the Soul Center. Josh Allen, my boy, is pissed, and he's got reckless abandonment. He is out for that fight, and he freaking showed it last week. He was like, man, you all talking shit about me. I'm going to freaking just get all these points on here, and that's exactly what he did. He got his revenge and took out the Raiders. I think the Commanders, as good as the Commanders have been doing this year with their quarterback Sam.
Sam Howell.
Sam Howell. I think, obviously Josh Allen has more experience. I think Josh Allen and the Bills get it done. I think it is 34-24. I think they get some points, but at the end, the Bills still get it done.
I agree with you to an extent. I definitely think that's around the points that Washington's around. Howell's done a very good job of commanding that offense. I think it's going to be like 28-21. Buffalo. I think Buffalo's going to win this game. They're going to hang points, but I don't think Washington's a pushover by any means. I think this is the best Washington team we've seen in a very long time.
Yep. And they got a good offensive coordinator too.
They do.
Yep. Next we have the Indianapolis Colts. Oh, sorry. Indianapolis Colts against the Baltimore Ravens.
Ravens are an 8-point favorite.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me. I think the Ravens will win. The Colts have been looking impressive though, despite losing. Well, they won. They won last week, right? Yeah, they won last week. They looked impressive against Jacksonville. They looked in a loss. They looked impressive against the Titans, despite the second half. The quarterback was out. And I think they're going to give a fight. I think they're going to give a fight. But in the end, I think the Ravens get it done. It's too much. And I see the Ravens winning 28-20.
I think the Ravens are going to win a little more just because it seems like Anthony Richardson's not going to play this week. I think Richardson gives the Colts more of a chance than Gardner Minshew does at this point. I think Baltimore wins this one probably like 24 to 12, I'll say 24-13 final.
Okay. Next we have New England Patriots against the New York Jets.
The Jets are actually the Pats are 2.5 point favorite.
Yeah, I could. Okay, so the Patriots are probably going to win this game, but it would not surprise me if the Jets win this game because they have a really good defense. Zach Wilson sucks. They need to sign a quarterback or trade for a quarterback, but the Patriots have more experience. The biggest reason why they lost to the Dallas Cowboys, again, is they just didn't have an offense. It's the example of what happened last year, and that's why they went to get Aaron Rodgers. They have a strong defense that can hold these teams down, but they can't hold them forever. And the Cowboys were too much, and that's going to be the problem for them this year, like it was last year. Now that Aaron Rodgers is out, they don't have a good offense, and because of that, the defense can only do so much.
How are you going to blame the quarterback position when the offensive line is clearly the reason that Aaron Rodgers isn't playing at this point and has abandoned Zach Wilson? Honestly,
but
I'd love to see Zach Wilson get enough. But I'd love to see him. How do you want him to play good when he's got no time to throw? Aaron Rodgers didn't play good last year. What was the biggest issue? He had no time to throw. The offensive line for oftentimes gets away with everything, no matter how bad they are, if a quarterback's like, oh, they're mediocre at best.
All right. So what do you take? Are you taking?
I'm taking the Jets in an upset. I'm taking the Jets 17-14. It's going to be a very close game. It's going to be a defensive battle. I think Zach Wilson ekes it out and they go to 2-1. I really do.
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to say the Patriots win. I'm going to say 17-10. Close
All right.
game, but I'm going to go the other way. I just can't. I don't see it with the Jets right now with that team. Without Aaron Rodgers, of course. But anyways, next we have the Carolina Panthers at the Seattle Seahawks.
The Seahawks are a 5.5 point favorite.
5.5 point favorite? Yeah, I think Seattle will win. Carolina are a young rebuilding team, and Seattle looked bad in week 1, but they flipped in week 2. And I see them continuing that. I'm going to say 24-17, Seattle Seahawks.
I like that. I'm going to say Seattle wins. I'm going to call this one. I'm going to call this one 30-27. 30-14,
Okay.
Seattle. Carolina's missing some top linemen or some top secondary members. I think Gino's starting to kind of get the grease moving. He's a little bit older. He takes a little bit longer to get into the swing of things. I think Seattle starts getting dominant here.
All right. All right. Here we go. Chicago Bears at the Kansas City Chiefs. 14-point favorites, Kansas City, right?
12 and a half.
Oh, I was a little off.
Listen, I've gone with the Bears the last 2 weeks.
So you're gonna
It's
go
not happening here. There's not a chance. There's not a chance. Um,
Yeah.
they don't even have a defensive coordinator at this point. He quit today. He
Uh,
really did though. He resigned. Apparently, he's in the middle of an FBI investigation. His house got raided, and he quit the team today.
wait, for real?
That's a real thing. Yes, the Bears defensive coordinator left the team
But
in the
not
midst of
because the team sucks, but because there was
he's
actually
being investigated by the FBI for something. So a team that already had no defense has no defensive coordinator now.
well, now they just promote the DB back, I guess. The DB.
I'm gonna say Kansas City wins this one. I'm gonna say the Bears score, but I'm gonna say Kansas City wins this one 31-21.
I'm gonna say 35 Zippo, Kansas City.
I don't think it's that. I don't trust Kansas City's defense. I think the Bears score something, and I think Justin Fields starts to look like the old Justin Fields, but I definitely don't think it's within more than 2 scores.
Okay. Next we have Dallas Cowboys against the Arizona Cardinals.
The Cowboys are an 11.5 point favorite.
Yep. And I see no reason why the Cowboys won't win here. Cowboys, I think, are looking really good as a team. And I think 34-20.
I honestly think this might be the most high scoring game of the week. I'm going to say Dallas hangs 41 and the Cardinals hang 6. It's 2 field goals. They don't even get a touchdown.
All right. Next, we have the Pittsburgh. Well, actually, this is Sunday night. Sunday night, Pittsburgh Steelers at the Las Vegas Raiders. Who we got? Favorites here.
The Raiders are a 2.5 point favorite.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's one I would highly recommend y'all bet on because I don't see how the Raiders beat the Pittsburgh Steelers here. The Steelers got on the Browns. They got the defense. The Raiders have looked like shit. Even their win against their 1-point win against the Broncos, they have not looked that good. The Bills killed them. I think y'all are doing bets. I'd bet on the Pittsburgh Steelers as one of the games that you'd bet on. I give the Pittsburgh Steelers 28 to 14.
The only good thing about this week's game, if you're a Steelers fan, is this should be the game that Najee Harris starts getting moving again. The Raiders are horrendous against running backs. I don't trust Jimmy Garoppolo. They moved the ball very well to start the game last week, and then the offense just disappeared.
Yep, and Devontae Adams got that one touchdown, and that was
He
it.
did. You're right, and that was the
Like I said.
first drive of the game, wasn't it? Or was that the second? Or
It may. I didn't watch.
it was late. That's right. He scored late in the game, but that was like garbage time, basically. I'm gonna tell you right now, Pittsburgh wins this one 24-17. I think Pittsburgh's defense is comparable to Buffalo's. I would be confident in Pittsburgh here.
Yep. Alrighty. So then the next one is the Philadelphia Eagles at the Denver Broncos. And this is Monday Night Football game 1, I guess.
No.
What?
The Philadelphia Eagles with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, Philadelphia Eagles, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
You said the Denver Broncos.
Oh, I don't know why I said that.
I don't either, but the Eagles are a 5-point favorite.
Yeah. And they should be. They should beat them. Justin Fields, I mean, Fields hasn't looked that great, but they still have been winning.
Who?
What'd I say?
I thought you just said
What the hell did I just say? Why am
Did
I...
you? You mean Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts. I don't know why I just said that. Having brain farts here. Anyways, Hurts, I believe, is going to have a monster game here, and really kind of establish something. He's been okay, but I haven't. He hasn't been like kind of like Super Bowl form last year yet. I think they're gonna have a monster game against the Bucks. I think it's gonna be 41 to 21.
I think the Eagles are going to blow them out. I think they're going to finally expose the Bucks as being a not great team. I'm going to say it's Eagles 31, Bucks 17.
All right. The LA. Okay, so now this is the next Monday night game, which is an hour later at 8:15. This is a Super Bowl rematch from 2 years ago. The LA Rams against the Cincinnati Bengals.
That is the Bengals a 2.5 point favorite.
Wow. Okay. I would go with the Rams here, guys. I do those bets here. Rams, I think, are gonna win. I think that I got the Rams winning 27 to 14. The Bengals have looked like shit. Rams looked really strong against the 49ers despite losing to the 49ers. Went until the end, literally. So yeah, that's my thing. Rams win.
I think that this is the game finally where Joe Burrow wakes up. I don't trust the Rams secondary. I think it's going to be close. I'm not going to say it won't, but I think it'll be 27-24. Bengals eke out the victory and they get their first win of the season. If the Bengals do lose this, I think if you're a Cincinnati fan, you have to hit the panic button finally.
Yeah. Alrighty. And that's all the games for this week. Yeah, guys, make sure to comment, rate, subscribe, hit the notification bell for all the latest contents. Make sure to look out for the shorts that I'll try to post as many as I can. And yeah, is there anything else, Kyle?
No, I think that's about all I have this week. Shout out to our sponsor, Nikki Two Scoops. Go get some ice cream.
Yeah, to my stream. Okay, guys, and that's it. I am the SS Ultimate Goku. He's Ray 48. And we're out of here. Peace.